Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of Drawing with Ashes. Tonight we're going to be practicing lines and shapes, basically stuff I found off TikTok. And I wonder, I was using my friend's iPad the other day, and he had Procreate on his iPad with a pen, and it had this feature where you could just draw a line, hold, and then you could kind of pull the line wherever you needed it to go. It was really good, but I guess it kind of defeats the purpose of getting good at lines, right? In that case, we just practice. That's the hardest part. Just keeping consistent is the hardest part. Like, look at that. So wobbly, so wobbly. I'm wondering though if there is like a plugin for Photoshop. I'm starting to think Photoshop is not the right answer for drawing. Like, it's got the tool, like good tools, but you know, I guess this is more of a graphic software, like graphical engineering software, graphical design. Doesn't seem to be what I'm really going for. The coolest part about that iPad though was you just had the screen. You know, you could really do anything on the screen. Like, I'm working from a pad that's not connected to the screen that you're looking at right now. And I think it really shows. Or maybe I'm just not very good at drawing. Because that's why we're doing this, to get better. It's one of those things. I've always been somewhat decent at drawing, but I've never really put a lot of effort into improving my talents, and I guess that's what I'm doing now. That was a little bit wide, but so why am I drawing a squiggly line? The goal is to kind of follow that shape. Let's put this down here. Maybe, yeah, you're supposed to follow that line. And this exercise is really just showing me about maintaining shape in 3D space. On this ribbon like thing. All like that. Maintain that curve. Just go out. I feel like I've heard that laugh before from some sort of cartoon. Been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just want to start again. Great show. I feel like the first season's a little hard to get into. It's very episodic. Whereas in the final seasons, you really get into the meat of the story and arcs of the characters. I guess that's how you get Nickelodeon to make your show, though. You make it appeal to kids at the start, and then you start doing the heavy character stuff later on, right? I am kind of trying to make this go from thin to thick there, like almost like it's expanding, but just maintaining that consistency. We're gonna do some quick research, chat. Quick shape. Shape in Photoshop. Click with your brush and hold Shift key elsewhere to draw a straight line. Oh yeah, but that's odd. Sticky keys. That's nice, that's a cool little feature, but yeah, it's very odd. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that. Procreate. Windows, maybe. Maybe we need to try that. Procreate is not available for Windows. It's an exclusive app made only for iPad. I wonder if Apple has trademarked that feature, because if they have, it's kind of shitty. And if they haven't, I stand corrected. It's not shitty. Thing is, I wouldn't put it past them. Knowing Apple, they're one of those companies that just loves to keep you in their ecosystem, you know? I use a PC basically for everything I do, except at my job where I use a Mac. I gotta say, it is surprisingly intuitive. Hmm. We want to do a bit transparent background, I think. Like this. You can really start seeing how bad I am at this. I just cannot keep it together. I feel like these diagonal ones I'm going to be much better at. sphere. Even my squares. I meant to do that squiggly line. I also meant to do it better. Maybe I could actually just create a new layer. Layers. That's where we practice playing with the shape a bit more. but I'm hypercritical of myself when I'm not automatically good at something. And I really just gotta learn to stick through the troubles of it, because as a wise dog once said, the first step to being kind of good at something, sucking at something is the first step to being kind of good at something. If anyone ever comments, name the dog, and I will either give it to you and give you a present in real life, or mail something out to you if you're not one of my immediate friends.
Good evening, everyone. The highlights of the news this Thursday. Traffic accidents. A Beaver County man is being held for murder. And more labor.
That was pretty good, but I'm just gonna want it to follow that shape a bit more. I like this wave from the back almost, you know? Traveling through 3D space in a weird sort of arcing motion. I also wanted to follow that same curve, you know? If I knew his name, there's someone on TikTok that's been telling me to do these exercises, just a prolific art channel. And most of the stuff I've learnt in the last year or so in terms of drawing has come from TikTok. It's kind of cool to see, you know, how creative people are, or at least like their learning process. So many people are so talented. One of the reasons I've started doing art, like if you've looked on my channel, you probably have seen there's a ton of these AI generated videos. Well, I put a lot of work into them, but at the end of the day, like it's still AI generated. Like, and I think that really, you know, then it's just takes away so much from a piece of art. Like it's cool, you know what I mean? Like that's what makes AI good, is like how just quick and easy, and just you get something amazing straight away. and like if no one knew, like if you went back like 10 years or so,
Falling
and you
in
could
love
somehow
nights just
instantly
'cause much is
generate like
falling
that
out of it. But
amazing
I'll scrape
art,
my knees and scar my shins. I hope you never doubted that I'm down for
people
you.
would
Wanna
think you were
hit
so
the town,
talented,
make it
doing it so
loud, be
quickly.
a
But
clown
like,
for you, or maybe we could be a Romeo
I guess
and
if you
Juliet,
try and use
except
that as your
without
main
the age
product,
difference, and we
that's
can forget the death. 'Cause
quite
this is love at
disingenuous.
first sight.
Because
There's no doubt in my
at the end of the day,
mind.
the
Don't
art,
ever forget by the time,
the,
'cause you're mine.
the
And I'll spend
AI
every
companies like
second chilling with you.
OpenAI and
Like just that
Claude, I
vintage
use
Nickelodeon
OpenArt as my
innocence love.
main AI art
Innocence, the
generator.
type of if we fight,
At the end of
let's
the day,
chill and
they
make
are
up.
basically
You're
just
one in a
stealing
million
people's
pay
art
stubs, but
styles.
to me, you're like a lottery. There's a lot of fish in the sea, but you're a catch that's so startling, baby. I know that there's a lot
I
to
do
do
like
with
it, the
Alpha 2.
conceptualizing
And
things
in your
though.
past, there's a lot
And
to chew. I'll
it's really
buckle
brought
up.
to life a
Like
lot
your
of my
burden's a
Dungeons
weight
and
to
Dragons
carry,
stuff
but
as
it
well,
lessens
because
at a steady rate. And I'll be by your side like your phone pocketed on second days.
like most people, I work
I just want some
full-time
acknowledgement for confidence and compliments, but
office
maybe I'm
job.
not hitting the dot. But I'm still taking my shot. I'ma practice and go again, and you
Don't
can
have
show
time
me
to.
around, and you can
I wish I had
even
more
will
time
your
to
friends
be
like,
as
I know
creative as
that
I
they'll be
wanted to be.
talking with their dissonant whispers, but shiver me timbers if they can rock the relationship. Do you know who you playing with? I'm feeling like Midas, but you was gold to begin with. I didn't help in the slightest day.
We're just kind of going over our lines again, cleaning them up a bit.
Hang around for more. It's sort of like a drug.
What happens if I make that back
addictive.
layer transparent though?
And ooh, girl, I'm addicted to you. You're my dopamine and joy. Make me forget and then
Alright, I don't think anyone's gonna mind if I skip this song, right? It's over. Artificial music, speaking of AI, I think that was an AI song. Because we're not allowed to play music from Spotify. We break copyright rules. A lot to learn when you're going into this kind of stuff. And as a self-proclaimed old man, I'm not great at learning anymore. Ooh-wee, I'm trying. I think it just goes too thick sometimes, don't I? I feel like when I really want to be like, let's lock it in, I just press harder. My monkey brain tells me what to do. And that is why we got our monkey friend down here, because we are just a monkey trying our best. So do we just go onto this layer now? Kind of get rid of the lines we don't want. This one, this part is really bugging me. The other thing Procreate had, which was quite impressive, was like this oil paint feature. It was really cool to use while you're blending. A lot of fun. I just want to do this layer, like opacity. Opacity. Yeah. Maybe I do. It's not bad, hey. I think this is bugging me. I really just want to see that kind of curve breaking over, you know? Oops. Too thick. Maybe if like these bits were like breaking as well. That's not a break, that's a wiggle. So keep that consistent shape. Let's just go ahead. What is this? Oh man. Oh, it's so funny. Alright. Is this the opaque layer? It's the opaque layer. And what we want to do, we grab the rubber and not just turn your brush white. Grab the rubber, bring it down, get rid of that shit. No one needs that. And we go back to a black pen. Smaller. Let's get that wave cresting over. I think that's what I want. Almost. Look, it's not perfect, but if you ask me to draw water in motion without this guide, I don't think I could do it very well, at least. Like, I would give it a go. This gets very lost. The same thing. Just following that sort of natural kind, like this one kind of diverts from what I'm trying to do. I think that's where I get lost a lot of the time. I want to follow that shape. I'm going to bring this layer back a little bit just so I can get that base shape back. Did I draw that bit on the base shape? Oh, mamma mia. This song kind of makes me nostalgic for Final Fantasy VII. I think it's like almost like an Aerith song. When I grew up with it, it was Ares. Shout out to anyone that played that game on the original PlayStation, which you're going to attempt to draw badly here. Again, it's just lines and shapes, right? So PlayStation 1 was, for all intents and purposes, a rectangular prism, right? Photoshop has like a perspective source. Photoshop does not have an inbuilt perspective line like Illustrator. Seems like Photoshop doesn't have a few key features that I'm looking for, hey. PlayStation 1. So I've looked up a picture. Don't think I'm good at this because I'm not. What a great little console the PlayStation 1 was. Now, like, with my perspective right now, it needs to be like an oblong circle. Then you had power switch over here. Again, should be more oblong. That was alright. Then you had a little switch here. I think that was the reset button. Again, I'm looking at a picture, I don't just remember this. Not that. But dog, shite memory, another oblong circle over here. This kind of looks like a ball. Just to make sure we do perfectly straight line. Things a bit too bulbous, isn't it? It's one thing I need to think of overall shape before details. I feel like I hone in on details and I think at the time you're doing pretty good. And you zoom out and it's just not what you thought it was. Hey, devil's in the details, devil's in the overall shape. We're practicing lines. What's the best gen? What is this, like the 3rd gen console? This is just like PlayStation 1 came out in between Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64. Or was the 64 out when the PlayStation 1 came out? I think there was that controversy. So Nintendo and PlayStation were doing a collab where you'd have like an add-on for the PlayStation, for the 64 with a disc drive, and this would have given the 64 so much capability when it comes to memory, which was its biggest issue. Jack all memory. We gotta give it to those original developers for the 64 though, like they, with what they had, they made some really good games. And you have your classics like, oops, you have your classics like Ocarina of Time, of course, that's a Nintendo exclusive. I think everything was exclusive back then, right? Like, what cross-generation games did you see during this era of gaming? Smash Brothers was a great little fighting game for the 64. It's all about shape and staying inside your PlayStation lines. Nice. Not ugly circle. That was alright. guess after this we try 64. I'm curious if it. Ooh, Jaybird. Thanks for hanging out, Jaybird. Is that Jerome Birth? Yeah, I know who you are. Nintendo 64 is like globular. It was globular. If you mean by all over the globe, then I agree wholeheartedly. Jaybird, aka Frank Reynolds. What generation of consoles did you get started on if you're still in this chat? Maybe I just want to do this, since they need to be perfect with each other and not messed up. Just draw one straight line, perfect. One straight line, almost perfect. Gotta keep consistent pressure, like this. And then all you gotta do is just break them up. Learning how to be a kid and do art again. Oops. About right. Bring this back. Get rid of this little line here. I think all those people that are just so good at this stuff. Sure, there's natural talent, but so much practice goes into it, you know? What else did you have? Oh yeah, I remember that a little bit. That little perspective line, like sort of light. That, yeah. Alright, we're practicing. We're going to go onto this layer because I feel like I need to redo this line. The opaque layer is what we're on just there. Might have been too much. comparatively, no. What's the PlayStation? PlayStation's kind of like. Yeah. Alright. Hit one button here. One button here. Selecting that one, hit a little button here. And hit the disc tray, which looked much better than that. Maybe I should bring chat onto this window. It's too jarring to see chat here. Or maybe I can have it on my little screen. Perhaps it's right in front of my face there. All I know is I really loved the PlayStation. As a kid, I definitely there. Pretty much down to that like big circle, hey. That wasn't bad. Let's just line this up, hey. Keep the pen consistent. Guy I keep alluding to on TikTok, I need to find his handle and shout out to him because he's taught me so much. What he's told me is you find out what you're weak at, which for me is so much, and you improve on it. Like we said before, the idea is to don't give up when you're not good at something, just practice. I guess that's what this channel's about. As well as my Dungeons and Dragons world. Which I need to figure out what if we're playing this weekend. Sorry guys, it's a big weekend. For any of my players that might be watching this stream at a later date. For Ash's clues. BRB chat squad. Chat, we're blowing up. Look at this. 2 people commenting. 2? Unheard of. This would be quicker if I used AI. Definitely. But have no soul. Old me would have just gone in and colored that. But we've learned that we don't want to do that. Lasso it. Lasso. Get out of the lasso. Lasso. We go back to this layer. Boosk, get on there. Yeah. Great background. Should retain my lines, which is so important. Yeah, look at this. Grab this bad boy. Oh, there's a bit of white still left, isn't there? Man, this is something I think Canva is even better at. Get out of here. 14 views. Wow. That's crazy. Already. How far we've come. I'm getting distracted. That's what we're doing here. We're not practicing coloring, we're practicing lines. I think that PlayStation looks alright. For now. You know? Just needs... I come back and I'm just like, I want a color. Color and it's fun. Line work. Line work is work. Best game on the PlayStation. Best game on the PlayStation. PlayStation 1 best game. I'm thinking it's Final Fantasy VII. Definitely not everyone's favorite though. What game's that? Crash Bandicoot's got to be a lot of people's favorite game as well. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro as well. I'm just looking at a list online. How many people had Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on PlayStation 1? Whoops. I really like that, you know, like Cloud Strife retro look. Like the low poly Cloud Strife was sick. As like a fucking little Westerner child living in Australia, Cloud Strife might have been one of my first like anime characters. You know, anime style characters. Let's start with hair. You start on a new layer first. On a new layer, you start over here. Westerner kid playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time was so bad at it. Maybe like real young. What are we talking? 1996? I think I saw this game for the first time. Would have been real young, like 5 years old. My brother had this. He frothed this game. He still froths this game. It's his favorite game. Cloud's got kind of big hair. Comes out to here. wonder if any like MacBooks have the iPad touchscreen. I mean, like a little hybrid. You want functionality of a computer. You know what I mean? I think it was Procreate. Shout out to Jaybird for showing me that last night. What's the... Cloud's just human, right? He doesn't have elven ears. What is Cloud's race? No, Ares is an ancient. We're basically just humans, but magic. Same layout. Let's see. Is that one a different layout? We're done. Back to business. Pretty sure it is a different layer though, hey. Same line, okay, good. Okay, we've gotten past this, guys, I promise. Past the layer. It doesn't even matter, I just fucking draw it. Kinda sounds like Final Fantasy again. I wonder if this is a Final Fantasy like remix. I think that's what really got me into the game though, was just watching my brother play fucking Final Fantasy VII, the coolest game that I'd ever seen in my life. Such an epic like setting. And I don't mean that in like, oh yeah, this is epic. I mean that in like a fucking massive fantasy world. Really good fantasy world. Sephiroth, the world ending, humanity like sucking the life force out of the planet. That was sick. Oh no, what have I done? That's unfortunate. Got this. Small race. Small race. Do I want a race? Why did it make that when I just wanted to copy and paste? Okay. This Photoshop just confuses me sometimes, I swear. I get just lost in the sauce with layers. Never know. Alright, bring this over here to the transparent zone. It's alright. That will do. Alright, like that. No, don't merge yet. Because we gotta do this. We're just getting... suffer for his art. Yeah, it's true, Jaybird. I must suffer the art. How do I get a notification when you guys talk to me? Oh, dang. That's something we need to learn how to do, is how to set up notifications on chat. I need a little buzz. I'm always locked into looking at my screen. Kind of girls around your birthday's good. Man, I just want to listen to a little Final Fantasy VII lo-fi. Royalty 3. And this is called After the Rain. This one, but this is what we want. This is what the whole video is about, is making lines work. You know what I mean? Do it, please succeed. Drawing the masterpiece right now. Drawing apprentice. Do you think a wizard would always have an apprentice? Like, not a Harry Potter wizard, a wizard that watches over a mage tower, or like some other mystical, sorry, like more of like a scholar, you know? Scholar of his fucking, of his kingdom. The archwizard. He definitely have an apprentice. Final Fantasy VII was great. I think that bit's out. Final Fantasy VII's one was great. Really weird species that you don't see often in fantasy. It had the whatever Red 13 was. You know what I mean? Like an animalistic one. I know they've done stuff like even in the same game, Kate Sith. Kate Sith's a robot, I guess, but Red 13 story is my favorite part of that game. The whole, he's just ashamed of his family because he was ashamed of his father. He thought his father abandoned them during the war or something. War of the attacks of the mysterious monsters. That was sick. He found out his father wasn't responsible. Not responsible, his father hadn't abandoned them. He sacrificed himself to defend the town from the attack of the mysterious monsters. Before Final Fantasy, I guess, definitely wasn't my first video game. Started with Super Nintendo. I was very young when we had the Super Nintendo though. Like I remember when it was. I don't remember anyone actually like using it. It was always just like our old console. But we had great games for it. Donkey Kong Country 2, the best Super Nintendo game is. Mario, which Mario was it? We had the one with the different types of Mario games. So I think it was all the normal like Nintendo Entertainment System, not the Super Nintendo games. There was like 5 Mario games on it. Super Mario 3 was the best one on there though. Played that for days. Final Fantasy VII now. That being a little kid watching your brother play this game was great. It wasn't anime back those days, it was like X-Men. You know, you were watching X-Men or like Spider-Man cartoon. Prime 90s. Nice. Let's keep the face on this layer. One thing. Let's keep the face on this layer. One thing my good friend does is very good video editing. He knows who he is if he's watching this as well. He labels his stuff really, really well. A little bit of shading. Practice my way here, I guess that turned out alright. You know, Jerome, I keep looking at that comment, you must suffer for your art. I think that's what makes art good. people suffer for it. That's what being human is, hey? Not all the time, but you do have to go through hardships in life. I guess AI might be going through a hardship right now. So convince the world that it's worth keeping. Yeah, if I'm not allowed to use this playlist, it's fine. Like, if this gets demonetized, it is what it is, you know. I'm not making money off the video anyway. It's here to have a good time for fun, you know. It's not 9 to 5, it's more. This was when you were on the bike. Such mini games that Final Fantasy had. Far out. Like, it did not need them. Like, I was happy to have them, you know what I mean? But like, how do developers find time for that? Snowboarding. Bike. What else was there in Final Fantasy VII? I think that looks better, hey? brain just screams at me color. But I must resist. That's fine. Gonna go some of this white space now. For now. The battle theme was just so good. Shout out to my brother who loved grinding this game for hours. For hours. You had to grind for hours of this game. You didn't have to actually, he just wanted to be so indestructible. always wanted to be so indestructible. By the time all your characters are level 99 and you have every move you do doing maximum damage with Cloud, like just your basic attacks, like you could have beaten the game so long ago. The weapons though, like you need to be very strong to fight the weapons. The one underwater, I can't remember what that was called. I don't think I ever beat that one. It had basically just a massive health sponge. I wonder if my brother had a strategy guide for this game, as he knew all the secrets. I think we may have been early adopters to the internet, and he just knew where to. He just had like some game forum that he would go to. Yeah, he loved his game forums. This is the best part of the song, guys. And we won. Just a little practice Buster Sword over here. Just during this theme song where we got an item. This is the song you hear the most. You go into the other room, make yourself a crumpet with Vegemite and butter. In the morning, maybe 10, 15 years old. When we get to the Chocobo song, we're gonna try again. Should be on its own chocobo layer. Gotta be quick with the chocobo. Final Fantasy chocobos are way cuter than that. That's my quick chocobo, guys. Okay. Back to the mission. Oh wow. No, that wasn't the problem though. where were you in the game when this song played? Was this the agents? What were they called? One of the names was Rude. Pretty sure. They were like Shinra Inc. They were at least working for Shinra, those guys. What were they called? FFVII. The Turks. Thank you, Google. Turks. Featuring your favorite characters: Cisne, Elena, sorry, Rude, got that one right, Reno, and Sang. Sang was the calm, no-nonsense leader. They gave them all personalities as well. Oh man, these games were great, guys. I feel like they don't make them like they used to. I am very much just an old man saying that, but they really don't. Games back then just weren't trying to pinch every penny out of the player. Some of them were. But like, you compare Square Enix these days to where it was at back then. Like, it's nowhere near as egregious as like something like EA. Grab it all, please. Give it up. That's better. Did I not grab all the layers? So I didn't grab the BRB layer. magic of the polygon art was also so enhanced by the technology at the time. Like your CTV, oh, see, what are they called? You know, the TVs from the olden days. We look it up. CRT, I was close. CRT TVs. If you just take a game from back then and upscale it to HD, it just never looks as good, you know what I mean? Gotten thick. This song's good as well. Yep, the boss music was sick. There was always some. Well, the first boss was like a Hackers robot. It's just you, this Cloud Strike, and Barrett fighting this massive robot in this tumultuous relationship. Barrett didn't trust Cloud at the start, with good cause as well. He was just a mercenary. It's a weird story though. Like, is it just a square you got? I think it is. Practice 9 degree. Angles. What point in the game do you think Barrett started trusting Cloud? At a point, Glad becomes the leader of the group. Felt like when you were playing those games that you could hear like the enemies breathing. Reconnection successful. Hooray. Step, which was create a new layer. By the way, it's his right arm, even though it's on the left, because that's his right arm. Once had a D&D character. Really cool concept. My stepbrother, Matt. My brother Matt. He designed this druid and we just house ruled it that it was always in wild shape. Because he was. And it was basically just Red 13. But the coolest thing about him was his speed was so immense. Like we picked all the right class buffs, race buffs, everything to make him just the fastest character alive. That he was. Based his story off of Red 13. Pretty much the exact same backstory. I was wondering why he was looking so bulky on that one side. perspectives feeling wonky. we're back. I was listening to those jams the whole time. Through my secret account. No one knows it's me. Secret poster. And one thing I love, this is an unpopular opinion, one thing I love is flat, not completely flat, but like semi-flat Coke. Like we're talking maybe 40%. You know, you've had it in your bottle in the fridge for a few days. Well, we get semi-flat what Coke. I was gonna go get my gloves, my fingerless gloves, because it's a little bit chilly tonight on the Gold Coast, and I really don't want to turn the heater on. My gloves are not with me at the moment. If you played Final Fantasy VII, who was your favorite character besides Cloud? I wonder how many people would pick Cloud as their favorite character in Final Fantasy VII actually. Because mine wasn't Cloud, mine was Red 13, as we've already established. I know a lot of people loved Vincent. He was such an edgelord. He was such an edgelord. If you loved Vincent, you loved edgy things. I don't know if anyone played that. Not Crisis Core, it was like Final Fantasy VII spin-off, where Vincent was the main character. And it was like a shooting game. It's on the tip of my tongue right now. It was not very good. It was fine, I guess, you know. I remember I lent it to a friend of mine. Shout out to Sean Walker. I really wanted him to be into Final Fantasy VII, but this guy didn't have the same like upbringing as me. He never had these kind of games. No nostalgia towards Final Fantasy in any sort of way, shape, or form. I lent him that Vincent game, which I'm going to find the name out of now. Vincent PS2 game. F7. Oh, what was it called? Dirge of Cerberus? Is that it? Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus. Who the fuck is Cerberus in Final Fantasy? Cerberus as in the dog with 3 heads? From, I think, Greek mythology? I don't remember fighting dog with... Actually, there were dog enemies in Final Fantasy VII, so maybe there was a Cerberus. They loved... Not stealing... Not stealing, like, that kind of stuff. That was way... That's just, like, mythology, you know what I mean? But they loved using that kind of stuff. Let's get this out of here. Dirge of Cerberus. Stuff that's not there. Yeah, there we go. Dirge of Cerberus, guys. Go watch a YouTube video about why that game failed. Like, they took a risk, but at the same time, they knew Vincent was a lot of people's favorite character. Needless to say, Sean Walker did not enjoy Dirge of Cerberus, and he made it very clear that he hated that game. It's really fucking funny. That guy was a hoot. He's like, why did you give me this game? In what world did you think I was gonna like this? You know, I was like, yeah man, this is like Call of Duty. You just shoot people. That's a game Sean Walker was much more into, I'm pretty sure. Call of Duty. He would come over and play Halo with us. That was the game we were playing, the shooter. Halo was so good. This is looking alright. Yeah. How about, alright. Need to redo this hair layer. And I'm spewing about it. Because of the start. The hair layers for later. What we really need to draw now is the Buster Sword. One of gaming's most iconic weapons. The thing is, you play Final Fantasy VII and you don't use the Buster Sword for that long, but it's so iconic. Like other iconic weapons, the Master Sword, for example, very iconic. I would argue, since we have Halo in our brain, the Energy Sword from Halo, most iconic weapon from Halo, potentially. I don't know if it's as iconic as the Assault Rifle, which again falls in the same sort of category as the Buster Sword. An item like you get straight away from the start, but isn't the best choice. Oh, this part of the game was great, guys. If you know the song, you know the song. You just invading the Shinra fucking army during like a celebration. I think they were being like sent off to war, right? Right before this bit, you had to do the dolphin thing. You fought the boss, and then there was a dolphin, and you had to like platform with this dolphin. I'm not explaining it well. There was a platform really high above you, and you have to angle the dolphin at the right place to jet you up into the sky and land on this tiny bit of rebar. And if anyone remembers the platforming in this game this game was not designed around platforming. This game was designed around the combat system. Again, we're falling into a trap of needing to rely on our lines. Where I wish we had that procreate creature, yeah. I wonder if there would be a plugin. official plugin. Oh, I'd love to have Procreate. But it's like, it's not in the cards, man, you know? I wonder if Procreate has drawing features that is missing drawing features that Photoshop has. The Lion Show, guys. Oh, get out of it, Copilot. And everything is trying to shove AI in your face these days. Is this AI's like attempt to make us accept it? You know what I mean? Just all the corporations are pushing it, but they're pushing it because AI is telling them that this is the right answer. You know what I mean? Of course you should be doing this. It's gonna make you make so much money. All you gotta do is trust that it's gonna be better than humans. Tell you what, AI is quicker than humans for sure. Like Michael said, this would be a lot quicker if we had AI. That's the devil on your shoulder right there. Little drone Jaybird telling you must suffer for your art. He's right. Oof, we haven't even got to the blade. Hair off, you know. It was alright. Little nose hair off. Little nose hair off. This tendency to just like do lines like this, like where I just try and slowly get it, and it just doesn't look good as like one straight line, you know what I mean? Yeah, see that? Genova? Is this the Genova song? It sounds so happy. But one of the darkest parts of the game. It's like just smooth jazz, Genova. I feel like this was a miss. They tried. Do it. Just one. You gotta be bold with your lines. I wish I had a physical ruler sometimes, you know what I mean? I wonder if a physical ruler would work on a drawing pad. Like, why not, you know? I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. Little wooden ruler. Line tool on Facebook, on Photoshop. You know what it does that really bothers me is it makes a these squares. I hope that looks straight down for everyone else. Okay, where did my line go? It's pure. Is this tool I'm using? Smudge tool? No. Pen tool, freeform, anchor pen tool. A line tool, eh? it's just so wonky. You know what I mean? Like, so wonky. Why has it got these blue fucking... Why does that happen? Like, you don't want that line to do that. Well, let's try line tool. Give me another line. Then the line tool. I use my pen. Yeah, this is nice. It's oh, this was a pretty intense part of the game, if I remember. And one thing about me is I have really bad awareness of what I'm trying to remember until I'm hyper fixated on it. Like names, the details, what gets lost. But I do recall the feeling so well, you know what I mean? And merge these layers, right? Sword. And then I'm hoping I can just come in here with my pen, my eraser, and just get rid of these dirty little lines. What material would my cloud have? I guess if he's got the Buster Sword, he's early game, right? So he's got Bolt, not the dog. I'm gonna stick to drawing the circles because whole materia, the first thing I get is not a Bolt materia from Final Fantasy VII, it's this, guys. This is what I want. Even that. Is green Bolt? For some reason I have Bolt as blue in my head. I think Bolt is blue. Is it not? Materia was an interesting magic system. You just get little bits of materia, and like in the lore, these are like what, parts of the stream, parts of the like live stream. Look at all these ads. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. ADHD type. Come on, advertisements. Get it. I just want to see materia types. Magic, red, summon, blue support. Okay, so bolt was definitely not. They'll both. You'd have green bolt. You probably just have 2 green materia at the start of the game. The yellow command. Remember that was really important. You could have like bolt all. Bolt all was really good. There was a command materia, that's the yellow ones, if not following along with my train of thought. Which probably not. The command materials, there was one that could just make your Omni Slash hit like a beast. You'd put command materia with like an attack modifier one, right? That looks alright. Yeah man, this is, sometimes you really just need dead straight lines, you know? Circles though, that's alright. Great artist once said, happy little accidents. Is that too much? Is that too much? A little bit too much. This is a good song. The golden, I want to say the golden circle, but I don't think that's it. And it's where you met Kate Sith. My brother, I guess he would, I was probably just doing it by watching the game with him, but I remember always knowing Kate Sith was a bad guy. Not a bad guy, but like he was always, from the get-go, he was betraying you for some reason, you know what I mean? He comes around at the end, realizing that you're right. But at the start, he's a Shinra spy. I never forgave him in mine. Once I found out, I was just like, yep, no man, I'll never use you on my team. I don't trust you. Flat coat, guys. It's good. Yeah, I think that sword looks pretty good. Just need to. I want to move those materia around. What we do Yeah, get up and all. Go anywhere. Select the right layer. Yeah, it's about layer style. Oh, I don't know why you're throwing that in my face, Photoshop. Maybe here. One. Just one. One pass. I love practicing just little bubbles when I'm working. So easy to just be like, whoop. And sometimes you just see little shapes start appearing. This is the layer I'm moving around. Oh, it's just so fun doodling. 6 pixels. Alright, get rid of that shit. Beautiful. If you're a Kate Sith supporter, we can still be friends because I know you love Final Fantasy VII for being a supporter of Kate Sith, but I'll always look at you with a little side eye. Why is this your favorite character, you know? You think it would just auto name it after the one that's been given an actual name? Yeah. I'm the body. I think the sword will be the first one I color actually, because that's like a whole thing of I should do this body first. Hey, we're getting close to the coloring. So I think that's gonna be tomorrow night's color for this. So remember, the goal of tonight, as we've established, is lines and shape. I think the last step is replacing his hair. Because he's pretty much ready to go, hey. He looks pretty good. And then we make this opaque. Not that, we make this opaque. Yeah. Focus on what we're doing. And not just be blind, hey. Whoops. Did this at the start. No, don't want to zoom in. Did this at the start. It's much harder because we had to use the reference image to get his hair right. Proportions were really fucking me. Not this time. Yeah, another Red 13 jam. It's what I love. This song is the original version of the song is absolutely perfect. Like the 8-bit original version of the song is so good. It's really on its own level, you know what I mean? Yeah, this. His hair's a bit like Goku's. Back with that story about Red 13. A little bit more clear of mind now, I guess. Can't imagine going your whole life just resenting someone. Thinking they abandoned your family. Finding out that we're a hero. Shout out to Cosmo Canyon. Really funny NPC name there, Bugenhagen. And I'm definitely butchering it. The guy who knew about the live stream. I think he had raised Red 13. I think he knew that his father was a hero as well, you know. He knew, Bugenhagen knew that Red 13's father was a hero. If he did, though, why wouldn't he tell him? clean it up, you know? First character in the Golden Circle. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Golden Circle. The gold saucer. A saucer is basically a circle. In the Golden Saucer, where you go on a date with Aerith. Well, you're supposed to go on a date with Aerith. There's actually multiple paths you can take. You're most likely, I think if you play the game how they want you to play it, you go on a date with Aerith. If you're playing the game and making different choices in terms of like speech, who you take with your party, I think there's a couple of factors that go into it. You can get Tifa on the date instead, or if you're so inclined, you can get Barrett to go on a date with you. Very progressive for the time, if you ask me. I always wanted Aerith to go on it anyway. Like she was a great character. And when she dies, like you feel that death. Like if you're playing with her as your character, you lose your healer. You know what I mean? Her ultimate is basically a heal. It is a heal. Her limit break is a heal. And it's a great limit break. I didn't put Cosmo Canyon on again, guy. By the way, this is part of the playlist, and I'm okay with it though. I wish I played through Final Fantasy VII Remake. I feel like I'm just too bitter of an adult now to go back and accept everything that Square Enix makes me accept this day and age. I don't have the time, hey, as an adult. I feel like if a game wants me, or if I want to play a game, it's got to be a good game. It's got to be a game that fits my style as well. But a lot of games aren't for everyone. Like I'm surprised not everyone in my friend group loves Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I think a few of them played it. That game was so good. different styles, you know? If anyone listens to this, and I get a lot of flack for this a lot of time, a game that wasn't for me, I wish it was because it looked really good, was Mass Effect. I guess for a lot of people it scratched that, like, that hole that was left behind from Knights of the Old Republic, which I also never played during its peak. I only tried to play it after it was obsolete. He looks pretty sick. Yeah. That's it. I should go to bed soon though. Alright, if anyone's comes and watches this all the way to the end, thank you. More than likely, most of you will skip it to the end to see what we got. So, as we've declared many times, this has been practicing line and shape. So I guess I decided to draw a polygonal character based off of me wanting to just draw it in the PlayStation. It's turned out alright. I gotta explore shading tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna color and shade this character. But yeah, line and shape. Let's put this on the shite layer. Line and shape. That's how you say shape in Irish, is shape. Little E right there. Shape. Thank you for watching. Or just skip into the end. I love you just as much.